Okay, we are still on equilibrium of forces. This time around, we want to deal with equilibrium of three non-parallel coplanar forces. Non-parallel because they are not facing the same direction. As you can see, F1 is facing here, F3 is facing here, F2 is facing here. You can see that they are not parallel. And they are coplanar because they are all acting within the same xy axis. This is y axis, this is x axis. So all of them are within the axis. That is why we call them coplanar forces. That means forces that are on the same plane. So since we have three forces, that is why we think of triangular, because a triangle has three sides. So the law states that if three forces are in equilibrium, as we see here, they can be represented in both magnitude and direction by the three sides of the triangle, taken in order and in sense. What does that really mean? Okay. If you look at this plane, that means we can turn these three forces into a triangle, a shape of a triangle, right? But in order and in sense means that the directions, these arrows, must still maintain their directions. That is number one, in order. And in sense, that means the highest force must have the longest side in that triangle, while the least force will have the shortest length in that triangle. And the angles also must be taken into consideration. That is what the part of what is meant by in sense. How do we do it? I'm going to show you the way. Now, you can start, let's say, by drawing the horizontal line and the vertical line. I have not placed any of the forces. Okay, since F3 and F2 are connected here, so this is a point. This we have this point. This is where it is. Okay, let me draw the arrow of F3. You can see that the arrow of F3 is this way and also is maintaining that same direction. Now, don't forget that the angle here is what? Alpha. Now, this line is a vertical line. That means this F1, I want to bring it here instead of using down. But the arrow must not change. The direction of the arrow must not change. That means the arrow will be pointing down. Since the arrow head is pointing down. So this is my what? F1. Okay, how do I now form F2? F2 is facing this way. That means I can just come from the end of F3 and draw a line that will be parallel to this F2. See, that means you can go this way. You know, it's facing the direction of F2. So that means I will just extend this one to go and meet it. So wherever they meet is the end. So this is my F2. And the arrow is pointing this way. That means I will put the arrow there. That's what I mean by in order and in sense. So we have formed a triangle. Can you see now? So let me put the arrow of F3 here. Let me put F3 here. So this is where they are connected. Okay, what about the angle? It's very simple. The angle beta is between F2 and vertical. And this is what? F2. This is vertical. That means this is where beta will be. See, beta is between vertical and F2. Vertical and F2. So, then alpha is where it is, between F3 and horizontal. F3 and horizontal. But what will now be here? This will be 90 minus alpha. Do you know what? Because the angle between this vertical and horizontal is 90. So if you take alpha out of 90, you get 90 minus alpha. So once you know these two angles, you can definitely know this angle. How? Adding these two together and subtract it from what? 180. Sum of angles in the triangle. Then we can know this angle.